There was a report here in Canada, specifically Scotiabank, said yesterday that the government must rein in spending to reduce inflation and take the pressure off the Bank of Canada. So what is your response to that? Can additional government spending solve inflation or just make it worse?
Well, I think we've already done that. Our budget, which I tabled in April, was a very fiscally responsible budget. In fact, the rate of fiscal consolidation in Canada, the speed at which our deficits and debt are coming down, is tied for first place in the G7, and the country we're tied with is the United States. So that's another area where Secretary Yellen and I agree that absolutely, in a time of heightened inflation, and this is a time of heightened inflation, it is chiefly the central bank, the Bank of Canada, which has the job of bringing inflation down. We recognize that, and our government certainly respects the central role and the independence of the Bank of Canada. But we understand that fiscal policy has a role to play. That's why we took this decision in April to pursue a path of really swift, by the standards of our peers, and I can think of no better standard to be measured by, of fiscal consolidation, of fiscal tightening. And it's why last week, in talking about the affordability plan of our government, I chose to stay with the affordability measures that were already in the budget from April and in last year's budget, rather than bringing new measures online.
So I would add that I basically agree with the answer my colleague gave. In the United States, the deficit this year has come down by over $1.5 trillion. And I certainly agree that the primary role for addressing inflation rests with the Federal Reserve. That said, President Biden would be supportive of some complementary fiscal actions that would supplement and support what the Fed is doing. We have a reconciliation package we hope may move through Congress. It's uncertain at this point, but that could certainly incorporate additional deficit reduction. We have put on the table a large number of potential tax policies that we think are good tax policy, could raise trillions of dollars in ways that would not place any additional burdens on American households earning $400,000 or less, that could really raise a lot of revenue and be good tax policy. And so we do have the possibility of passing a package that would include some deficit reduction. And I hope that will occur. That said, I think the primary role rests with the central banks.